Hey, there we are again.
Gosh.
You spilled some water on the keyboard, I think.
Well, you know how if something can go wrong, it usually does. But that's okay. We're back, better than ever. Let's get through these last couple of games. North Arizona and Arizona State in a Arizona battle, but Arizona State will win that one. Big game Sunday, Notre Dame at Miami. Nobody's taking the U.
Are you surprised the spread's only 2.5, Bill?
I am. But that's okay. And then Virginia Tech at South Carolina. We're all going with South Carolina except that man right there. He's going with Virginia Tech in the upset. At this time, we're going to welcome in Coach Lawson to the show.
Coach Lawson. We want to welcome to the show Coach Lawson.
That's
I didn't
me.
know your first name.
Brandon.
Brandon Lawson. And you're an alum of Navarre, I understand. You
Yes,
played football. Who'd you play? Who was your coach?
Coach Olson. Yeah, so
Wow.
graduated in 2006. Olson was my head coach all 4 years. Chad Lashley was he started coaching my senior year and then took over afterwards, and that's who I first started coaching under was Coach Lashley.
Coach Olson has been around, so to speak. He was at Fort Walton when I was there. He and Coach Holmes taught driver's ed, so you always wanted to stay on the good side of Coach Olson. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself, your family, and
Yeah, so I've been teaching and coaching for about 15 years now.
Okay.
I started coaching while I was in college and went to West Florida, University of West Florida, and started volunteer coaching, and then ended up getting into teaching and coaching, and married to high school sweetheart.
Good for you.
Yeah, and we have 2 kids.
Good
and
for her. Good for you.
both doing great and happy and healthy and smart little boogers, and proud of those 2 also. But yeah, just living the best life, you know.
You know, it's a great community to raise a family. I said that. All 4 of mine went to Navarre High, and so you know we're all in on Navarre High School. So let's talk about last week. Well, let's back up even before that. Talk about your You're the defensive coordinator too, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell us the overview of your defense, and are you still working with the DBs or no?
Yeah, so we had some kind of shifting in the
Right.
coaching this year. There was opportunities taken, and we had to kind of shift some stuff around.
Good for you.
I'm still working a little bit with the secondary at times, but for the most part, I'm coaching defensive line. You'll get to see Bryce Wheeler tonight. He makes it easy to coach because he does everything right on his own anyway. But no, yeah. So coaching the D line, I've coached everything from safeties to corners to linebackers. I've coached D-line once before, and now I'm coaching it again. So pretty much everything on the defensive side I have some familiarity with. But no, the defense this year, we're really excited about it. We have a lot of returning starters and playmakers,
Right.
and even with that, we're still young. So got a chance to continue to grow and build in the future. Looking at the defensive line, we have some, Bryce and Matt both
Right.
off the stats, or off the chart stats last week, and flying around the field. They're difficult to block. They make it hard on any offense. And then in the interior, we have a couple seniors that have been real good for us. Paul Wilden, he played linebacker for us last year, moved down
Right.
to the D-line and kind of found his home down there. Real, strong kid, hard to move. And then Jason Lute is the other senior who's kind of earned his way onto the field. We just had a recent transfer in, ended up starting for us last week. Isaiah Casina, he moved in from Fleming Island, and he's an impact player on the interior D line as well. But yeah, the D line is probably on them to if we're going to be good, I tell them like every day, if we're going to be good on defense this year, we have to be good up front, and we're fully capable of it. When we move into the second level, we got Rohnstrom at linebacker, and then we got our will position. We play Brody Bird and Braden Thiessen. They're both kind of battling out for job. They both saw some time last week and both played well when they were on the field. And then, where my old home in the secondary, we have two of the best corners in Northwest Florida, and they're young too. So we still got them for a couple years after this. Jaden Jones is an
Right.
athlete, just a freak athlete. He's one of the in track. He's one of the fastest freshmen in Florida.
Right.
And he plays fast too, and he's going to make a lot of plays for us. And then Zeke, he may be the only in the area, and just we probably could play him at whatever position we want to, and but he's the real deal at corner. He showed it last Friday night against Catholic. I mean, in the first 5 minutes of the game, it seemed like he was. On defense, when we get a turnover, we let him go over with a sledgehammer and break a cinder block, and he had already busted up two of them in the first 5 minutes, and should have maybe had a third one in there too. But man, he's just he's a playmaker. He plays hard, and he's really enjoyable to beat around. And then safeties is what I used to coach, and we have Curtis Sanders who's playing both ways.
That's true.
He's playing a lot of offense, and he was kind of an Iron Man last week. He had to be on the field a lot. And then Ryder Longo, a guy that you can always trust to be in the right spot, a solid tackler, really smart, heady kid, and I'm glad he's kind of earned his way onto the field. And then we're excited also. We have this week we have a safety that's coming back this week. He's had an injury on his hand. He got cleared today, Chase Moses. We've been excited to get him on the field. Last week, Luke Eberhardt, a sophomore, ended up taking some time, and he helps us too. But all around on the defense, we have guys that can get it done and make plays. And I told him last week, the scoreboard really didn't define what that game was. We had some missed opportunities in certain positions, in certain spots, and they cost us, But can't question this group's effort. I tell them our standard on defense is effort, violence, and attacking the football, and we did that. It's just my job as a coordinator to put them in future to where, they can use those skills, because they sure flew around the football. But we just got to put them in better spots to stop, to get the stops we need to put our offense back on the field.
Not playing that Jamboree hurt a little bit, didn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the biggest thing too is on defense anyway, was angles, right? So playing against a team that has a lot of speed and athletes, we tackle every day, but it's different when you're tackling someone else first off.
That's right.
And when you're tackling live, and when you're tackling people that are better athletes than you, that makes it tough to figure out the angles without playing a live game on Friday night. And we had our kickoff class, we had our spring game against our offense, our scrimmage. We got that was canceled, so that hurt. And then the next week we had the kickoff classic canceled. So, kind of in a way it was kind of our week zero, and we feel like we've hit the film this week. We've hit practice. We've made the corrections we need to. It's unfortunate that one goes on the record, but we feel like we're going to bounce back this week and do our best to get after Choctaw.
What do you play? You play a 4-3-4,
yeah,
5-2?
Yeah, so we're we probably base in the 4-2-5. Our fifth DB is kind of a linebacker safety hybrid. That's Jacob Bishop, is probably the best punter. I say he's probably the best punter in Florida. I coach punters too, so he's got a huge leg. Tweaked his back
last week.
Yeah, he tweaked his back in the middle of the game. He got one punt off, and it wasn't his best, and it still was, I think, a 40-yard punt, right where it needed to be. But then he didn't get in the other punts. But he plays star. He's big like a linebacker. So he's got body size, but he runs around, and he's great with his hands and getting off blocks. And he was, last week did a great job of making plays as well.
I would be remiss if we didn't bring up what you lost to graduation.
Sure.
I mean, Vinny Villanova. You got kids playing at the next level now.
Yep. Yeah, we the linebacker core was the rebuild, right? Because you had Andre Spence and
Josh
and you know, Josh played linebacker and safety, and Vinny Villanova, those guys that we leaned on real heavy last year to make plays for us, and realistically too, those two guys, especially at that linebacker position, that was just we just let them go. You know, there wasn't a lot of coaching going on. Like detail wise, it was kind of just let them play fast and let them go, and they you know, they helped it. They helped us a lot there. And this year it's kind of had to been an adjustment to you know, guys that can play, that can really play, but they just haven't seen the time on Friday nights. Having to get them ready for that. And then, like you said, they didn't. This was the first time they've ever been a varsity football player running around, and but yeah, we're going to make those fixes and changes, and again turn it around this week.
Is it Roman Strong?
Roan
Strong.
Yep.
He bided his time, hadn't he?
Yeah, he's waited and waited again. He had really good guys in front of him. He'd probably be starting at any other area school as a junior, but he just had really good linebackers in front of him. He got a little bit of playing time.
He did
last year, and really played well for us too. But
who's the young man that went to South Alabama?
Andre Spence.
How could I forget Andre?
Yeah.
So when Andre went on to offense,
Strom
got some PT on
that linebacker,
linebacker spot. Let's turn our attention to our opponent this week, the Choctaw Indians, an away game. What do they bring to the table?
Way the scouting them, they're similar to Catholic. They have the ability to do both. They're different than Catholic. They're up front, offensive line wise. Catholic was real big, and that creates challenges for you. About as physical of an off the ball every play, create movement every play, well coached in the right spot where they need to be. So I think that the key to this, forcing them to get in their spread formations and being able to play, out our full package on defense, I think is an important thing.
Well, it all goes back to angles, like you said, and containment. We crashed.
Yep.
And we had the running back stopped, and he bounced outside.
Yep. And that's what I told the guys too. Is like, and again, I'm always been on, if you're willing to play with full speed effort on every play, I can handle the mistakes. And we can fix mistakes. I can't fix your effort. That's a you thing.
Right.
And
you hear that? You hear that? Athletes.
Yeah. Effort is really
right.
one of the few things in life that you
can't
control.
coach that.
And
you got to bring it to the table.
And as the mistakes that we saw, like you're talking, over pursuit and bad angles, it was because of effort. It's because guys are trying to get to the football. They have an urge to get to the football, and they just went a little bit further than their assignment, right? So again, it's about having full speed effort in your assignment and doing your job to the fullest extent, and not trying to do somebody else's job. That's what team defense is about. And again, those mistakes are easy to fix. Those mistakes we can see on film, and we can fix those.
We were in the booth. Usually we're up on the roof. We were in the booth because we thought there was showers and there was lightning over the Gulf. Are you on the field? Are you on the sidelines, or are you upstairs?
Yep, I'm a sideline guy. I like to be in the heat of the moment and being able to look players in the eyes to make adjustments and changes.
I like that.
And I just love football, and I feel like I'm playing a video game when I sit up in the box and watch, and I'm calling plays up there. I like to be on the field and be more hands-on.
That's got to drive you nuts being up the press box.
It does. I've done it.
You want to reach through that wire.
That's right. I've only done it a few times, but yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Our guest has been the good-looking guy, Coach Brandon Lawson, alum. What position did you play at Navarre?
I played middle linebacker.
Did you really?
I was an undersized middle linebacker. In high school, I was probably – my senior year, I was probably 5'10", 160 pounds.
What year did you graduate?
2006. So it was – we were back turning it around. Strong year, the Ian Lockwood year, So some really great experiences with Navarre football.
My guest has been the bearded wonder, Coach Brandon Lawson, the good-looking guy there, the young guy. Teaches history at Navarre High School, and we're glad he's on our side. He's a heck of a coach, made some good adjustments in the second half, and kept us in the ball game. So, Coach, thanks again.
We appreciate all the support that you guys give to our program as well. Again, it's amazing what you got, the time you guys put into it, and we're extremely appreciative of you.
Well, Bill's 2 went, my 4 went, so
That's right.
we're definitely invested in Navarre High School. Well, you got time to tuck them into bed,
Yes,
maybe?
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll run home.
Coach, thanks again.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a short break. You're listening to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show on IrishBillSports.com. Oh, I thought I pressed P.
Yeah, but first you.
Did I push the wrong button?
Yeah, you're good.
I know that, but did I push the
We all know that.
We all know that.
Let's
Great
do this
You
one.
have just unlocked the door to the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound and of sight. You are moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of offense and defense. You have just crossed over into the Irish Bill Sports Zone.
The captain's going to head it up for us. Hey, Bill. Bill. You good? Good, everyone. Welcome back to the Coach Show with Irish Bill. I have Wheeler in here with me. Super excited to interview this young man. We've known each other for a long time, since you were, I think, 13 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
Incredible work ethic, super intelligent. Not only is he a field general, this young man is top 10 in his class. Right now, we're doing a lot of things in the community, and he's a true inspiration, not only to his teammates that are in his class and a year ahead of him, but also the young guys as well. So welcome to the call. Bryce, how you feeling?
I feel good.
Awesome, man. So you got to talk to me about the transition from leadership. You know, I know last year you were one of the prominent players on the team as a sophomore, but how does it feel this year, man? It seems like everybody is looking to you for the leadership now, and your play obviously speaks for itself, but your leadership vocally has been tremendous. What do you think is a testament to that in the locker room?
I mean, I came into the season knowing that I was going to have to, like, step up, you know, be more vocal. I mean, just taking what I learned from the guys that were before me and just trying to use what they did and go off of things that they didn't do and, you know, try to be more vocal than they were. So
that's good. I like that. So speaking of guys that came before you, I know that you was a huge fan of Grady Kelly as a young man. What did you learn from him specifically as a player on and off the field?
on the field, specifically the physicality of him, he was a wiry guy. He was very quick and twitchy. Just everything he did was just super quick. So I just tried to imitate what he did in that aspect, and off the field his work ethic was insane. I just try to keep that.
I like it. Yeah, your speed to power is crazy as well. If you would, please break down speed to power for the audience. A lot of people are listening right now. They're avid football fans, but you're a technician and you know the game really well. So for someone, you know, that might be coming off the streets, just coming to a game for the first time, let them know what speed to power means and how you utilize that for your game.
So, I mean, speed to power is basically what it sounds like. You're getting off the ball super quick. You're going straight into basically what a bull rush is. That force and momentum straight into power. I mean, that's basically about it.
No, it's short and simple, man. People can see that. You know, they see your speed, the burst, the power. It's easy to see, especially from where we have our view from it in the game, and also watching film. You just pop. You know, seeing your number, especially with the black jersey on, is hard. Like when you came into the game for that rushing touchdown, like we had no clue that you were out there. So when they called your name after the score, we were very excited. Like, tell me, was that your first time scoring a touchdown in your life? And how excited were you to get the ball and to run the Black Pearl?
That was my first time in high school, yeah, but we hadn't even run it much in practice yet, so I wasn't even sure we were going to use it in the game. And then they said Black Pearl because I have two positions. I play F and then the QB position.
Yep.
I was running out on the field, and I was like, okay, I'm going to play F. And then Coach Gannon was like, and I was like, oh, I'm going to run the ball? I was like, okay. And then I got that ball, hit that gap. Rest is history.
Oh, man, yeah. So the Big Bubbas, obviously, man, we got Peyton Robinson back here, but the Big Bubbas did a great job of protecting Roman Marshall all night. How did you feel about the blocking, man, all night when you seeing it from the sideline, and also when you're in the game running behind him? How did it feel? Did you feel protected, man? Did you feel like it was going to be an easy score? What was your mindset going into that play?
I didn't have to worry about anything. I just was worrying about the gap opening up. Everything else was just I knew it was going to happen. I had no worries.
Let's go. No worries, man. And that's how you always seem, Bryce. Honestly, since you were young, you have a poker face.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard, to tell either when you're frustrated or even when you're having success, unless you're communicating on the sideline passionately to your team. It's really hard to tell, man. What would you attest to that? Was it your upbringing? Was it your parents? Was it things that you went through as a young man? Why are you so cool, calm, and collected all the time?
I'd say it's just how I was brought up. My parents, try to keep everything, make sure no one knows what you're thinking. And then, like, coaches when I was younger, they're like, don't show anything. Like, you don't want anyone to be, like, getting in your head, so you don't show anything at all. I mean, and that helps a lot because, when people start talking stuff, you don't respond, they're not going to keep talking. So,
yeah. No, Pensacola Catholic did look frustrated. I saw you and Kyle Hughes, man. Y'all were, like, very, very physical. I know I'm not sure what the guy's name is on Pensacola Catholic. He's number 15, but he took his helmet off a couple of times. I don't know if you saw that, but on the long pass to Marquez White, he took his helmet off and he was yelling at Kyle, man, like in the play.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But I saw the offensive lineman, like every time you got through, it just seemed like they were frustrated but yet scared. It just seemed like they couldn't figure out what to do with you, man. What have you done in the offseason and even last year to help you with your game? Your hand technique, man, is crazy. What would you attest to all the success that you're currently having in the trenches and also last year?
Well, as people that know me, I'm a weightlifter, so I weightlift in the off season. But everything I do for like football, just all the hand movements, all that is just mentally in my head. You work it like 1,000 times. You physically work it 1,000 times. You do it over and over and over again until it becomes muscle memory. Like everything I want in my game, I want to play like with no thought whatsoever. I just want everything to become like natural, flow like water.
Yeah. Were you able to play like that as a freshman? And if you weren't, please communicate to the younger athletes that are coming up about what they can do to get there subconsciously. It seems like you're just going 100 miles per hour, man, but your technique is there. Your hands are fast. You're strong at the point of attack. If you had to communicate to a brand-new football player that was a freshman playing in the same position, what would you have them to do? What would you encourage them to do to get better?
I'd say stick to the fundamentals of everything. Because, I mean, the more you get better at fundamentals, the more complex things are going to become easier. And mostly, I'd say you have to work it a lot over and over again. Like I said, if you want to have something become muscle memory, you have to do it a lot. It's like no different than tying your shoe. It becomes muscle memory over time. But if you want it to become muscle memory, you got to do it all the time. You got to constantly be thinking about it. You got to dream about it. You got to put yourself in those scenarios all the time.
Let's go. So speaking of being able to do the things like repetitiously, can you walk us through your game day routine? What would you suggest for the younger athletes in regards to getting ready for the game and, what you do pregame and even postgame? Walk us through your entire game day.
So, like I would say if I was trying to give advice to someone, I'd say just try to, find something that can keep you calm throughout the day. Don't get distracted. Just go through your day as if it's any other day, because if you try to treat it like special on one type of day or you're doing something different, then it's going to take you out of you know, if you're doing like going through practice every day doing a certain thing, and then only on game days you do something different, it's going to kind of affect how you feel. So in my opinion, I just try to keep everything completely the same. But I listen to like the same song every morning.
What song is that?
46 and 2
Let's
by
go.
Tool.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know, I have some superstitious stuff, but I don't try to let that get in my head. I'm just trying to like trust the process and everything else I do.
Okay. So speaking of not getting in your head, how do you handle pressure and setbacks on the field? So let's say there's not even a player that you're playing against specifically, but if there's a situation like the play we gave up like at the end of the first half, were you frustrated? And what did you do when you went in the locker room? How did you handle that pressure, and how did you communicate to the teammates about how we needed to respond in the second half?
Well, with pressure, I mean, even if it's good or bad, I just try to like not think about it. Like goldfish memory, you know, just a play happened, it's done, focus on what's next. Because if you try to dwell on everything, then it's going to carry on into the next plays. Even if it was good, if you're trying to like be like, oh, it was good, so I'm going to do it again. Well, not every play is going to be exactly the same, so you just have to go into it fresh mindset every time. And especially going into like a second half, you got to think about it 0-0 every time.
Yeah, I like that. So it's funny that you mentioned that, Bryce. So we always communicate about how the game you can utilize situations and scenarios in your life. How do you utilize things that you learn from football in the weight room, on the field, even in the classroom that translates into life? What's some of the biggest things that you've learned in football that's helped you in a day-to-day routine?
I mean, just being mentally tough. Also, don't dwell on things. Just trying to like push through. The muscle memory thing that comes with life in general too, I'd say, because I mean, it becomes a routine. You just continuously go through it the whole time. So I mean, every day just becomes kind of like rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Okay, so I love your routine, man. I've been around you for a while, and it's amazing how you handle yourself as a professional, especially being a young man, 16 years young, heading into college. What does your training schedule look like during the season and off season? So how do you get yourself to that mental state, and also what do you do day to day that prepares you for life in general?
I mean, I try to track what I eat during the season, but during the off season, I try to track everything down to like the dot. I'm trying to put on muscle in the off season, so I'm gonna bulk and I'm gonna make sure I'm getting those numbers right. During the season, it's a little lenient because I know I'm burning a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of just try to eat as much as I can to like maintain weight. But just lifting all the time is what I do during the off season, and then running all the time. But during the season, I take it like a step back in like the lifting aspect, but with everything else, I bring it way higher because I'm not trying to like burn myself out or like injure myself during the season, like weightlifting wise. But with everything else, like technique, all that after practice, I'm trying to work on that.
Yeah, man. I can attest to what Bryce just said, y'all. When he was younger, we literally had to kick him out of the gym. He was working out so much. So, Bryce, speaking of macronutrients and keeping your weight where you need it to be and gaining muscle, we have some younger athletes, obviously, as Navarre Raiders, but there's a lot of young athletes in the Panhandle that look up to you. What would you suggest for them in regards to gaining weight? So if you got a young man or even a young lady that's playing football, playing sports, that would like to gain muscle, how would you communicate with them about tracking how to gain weight, and what would you let them know to do, like some not some secrets, but things that are that's contributed to your success as far as gaining weight and muscle mass and strength? What would you let them know?
Well, simply, you got to eat more than you're going to be burning. It's a caloric excess. But, I mean, you just need to be eating a lot. But the tricky part is, like, a lot of people, they'll go in and be like, okay, I'm going to eat whatever. And then they don't do the work, and then they just get fat and slow. So, half the battle is eating, but the other half the battle is actually, like, putting in the work.
Yes, sir.
But I'd just recommend, to a gram of protein, like 1.5 grams of protein per pound. So you're going to be above. And then with everything else, if you're basing it off of like a percentage, whatever percentage you have, then you want to take away from the protein, and then carbohydrates and fats. Sorry.
No, it's good. No, you're good, man. That was a good pause right there to think about it. You have been very transformative, not only in the gym for yourself, but you've inspired teammates like Peyton Robinson and a lot of guys in your class in the 2027s. And now you're a huge deal across the board, man. We have so many young athletes, that come in the gym and admire what you're doing. How do you feel about being not only an up-and-coming leader, but, one of the primary captains in the locker room that guys look up to? How does that make you feel?
I mean, I never really thought about it, I guess, but I knew it was going to happen eventually just because of how I play and how the other people look at me. So, like, naturally, when people start to look up to you, you have to become a leader because either that, people aren't going to look up to you anymore. So, I mean, it just became a natural thing in general because when people start looking up, you already know that, it's for the better, and you got to make them better too.
That's right. That's right. Definitely love how you've taken that role and run with it. And, I mean, I just love what you're doing overall, man. So I don't get to see you in the classroom, right? So we're all, as football players, we're student athletes. What's the balance like in life right now, man? How much do you study? How often do you communicate with your teammates about what they're doing in school? And today, you were out studying for the ACT.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions or advice for up-and-coming football players or athletes in general about what they need to do in their education and also being ready for the SAT and ACT?
Time management is the biggest thing. I mean, in high school, it's pretty big, but I know that after I get out of high school, it's going to become even more relevant to my life. So I'm just trying to, like, prepare now so when I get to college and after to be, just doesn't even, like, I skipped a step, basically. So, yeah. But, I mean, you really got to, like, focus. You can't lollygag. You got to really make sure you're doing things on time. You're doing them efficiently. No wasted time. Because, I mean, I hate going through a day and thinking, like, I wasted it. Yeah. So, like, I always try to make sure I'm doing something to better myself. And, I mean, if anyone, like, knows me personally or just, like, come up and talk to me about it, I'll answer any questions if you want, like, any tips on school and whatnot.
That's awesome, man. It seems like being a student is just as important as being an athlete with you. And honestly, it's not like that for all athletes. I didn't even like school, man, to be honest with you. That's one of the reasons why I went to the Air Force. But it's not about me, it's about you, man. So the last thing I wanted to communicate with you about and get from you is we've talked about school, we've talked about playing on the football field. Now I want you to talk about your why. So there's an acronym that we talk about, WHY. What happened to you? What hurt you in the past? What reasons are you playing football? And why do you want to be successful at the highest level? Let's talk to the audience about, why you're in there, man, and what you're thinking about daily on why you want to maximize your abilities and be the best that you can be as a football player.
I mean, what really got me into the sport was my dad, and then just watching games with him and just seeing people knock each other out. It was, I don't know, just something about it. I was like, yeah, I want to do that. So I was like 5 years old, started playing and all that, and I never looked back. I mean, the why, I mean, I want to make a career out of it, and also I want, get all the opportunities, free school, all that. I mean, it just comes with a lot, but the main reason I still do is because it does a lot more than just, like, it's more than a game. It's like a way of life, You learn a lot from it that you can use when the sport ends. 'Cause, I mean, football's not forever, but the things I learned from it, they're going to be forever.
Let's go, Bryce. That's a perfect way to finish. We're going to transition and bring your big dog, Peyton Robinson, over here, man. I appreciate everything you're doing for the Navarre community. I'm so proud of you, Bryce. And this is only the beginning, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you on TV at the next level and even higher than that, man. I truly believe in you, and I admire you, man. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, brother. Yes, sir. Young Peyton Robinson. All right, y'all. We're definitely blessed and fortunate to have two of these rock stars from the class of 2027 joining us tonight. Just got done with Bryce Wheeler, and now we're bringing on one of the big bubbas, young Peyton Robinson. Make sure you bring that mic down to your face, man. There you go. How you doing tonight, champ?
Good.
Outstanding. I heard you and Bryce study for the ACT today, man. How'd that go?
It was good. It was good.
It was good?
Yes, sir.
Man, we're not only fortunate enough to have some ballers like you and him on the team, leading the team, but y'all are very intelligent as well. Please tell the audience real quick, man, what your current GPA is and how passionate you are about school.
Right now my GPA is about like a 3.8. Usually
3.8.
Usually it's a 3 or a 4.0, but I'm taking a little harder classes this year.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah. I feel like I'm doing pretty good in school.
Oh, that's good, man. So hard classes. What classes do you think is a little bit harder for you right now?
I'm pretty good. In most of my classes, I'm pretty good, but my one, what's it called? Like my one thing that's like brings me down is math.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess I just have a hard time doing math. I guess.
Yeah, probably nice.
But
yeah, we all have our strengths and opportunities.
Yeah.
Is it just like just the numbers, like specifically?
Yeah, it's really just the numbers. I mean, the ACT tutor it is helping a lot though.
Oh, that's good.
It's really helping.
That's good. I mean, there's so many different benefits, man, of making a high ACT score. You got so much like free money available. So I'm a true fan of athletes that are going out there to do it, man. My 4 adults, they did the same thing. So Peyton, I'm super proud of you for stepping up and doing that.
Yes,
Speaking of the numbers game, so last week, man, while we were broadcasting, we were talking about in the box. You have special athletes like yourself that count as 2 people. In my opinion, if I was coaching against you, I would count you as 2 people.
Yeah.
Y'all basically had 5 linemen, the big bubbles in the box, and a tight end most of the plays, man. Talk about how well the transition has been from last year in regards to experience and everything y'all been able to accomplish so far this season, because Roman didn't have any pressure on him last night or Friday night. Just talk to me about how confident y'all are with the 5 up front and then the tight ends that you have in the tight end room.
Well, we all grew up a lot, and growing up, we learned our assignments. We're executing better. We have more leadership on our team.
Yeah.
I feel good with I feel confident. My O-line knows what to do. In high pressure situations, I feel like they're not just gonna fall. They got it. And
Yes,
then
sir.
our tight ends, we got Tucker and Grayson, and
Walker.
Yep. And I feel like they're all catching on pretty well, and I feel this year and next year they're gonna be pretty good.
Oh, solid, man.
Yes, sir.
Super. Man. I know last year, we had some talent up front, but obviously the experience, that's something that we needed to develop and bring up. How have you utilized that experience last year as a sophomore, playing in so many snaps? How are you utilizing that experience to help the younger guys that might not have as much experience as you do, help bring and elevate their game?
Well, I'm trying to think. We gotta teach them about technique. We gotta teach them. We're trying to teach them the culture of Navarre is what I'm trying to get at. I don't know how to explain it, but we're big at Navarre. We're big on culture, and obviously 2024. We had a bunch of seniors leave, and last year more of a rebuild season, getting our culture right, getting everything put together. And this year we got all the new freshmen, all the new sophomores, and I feel like they're catching on. I mean, it's really just culture. It's just a big thing on culture and how we do things around in the O-line room or just around the whole team in general.
Yeah, that culture is very important, and y'all have a great one right now. Honestly, I would say because we're all family. Talk about how your culture and being involved in the community is helping in regards to how well you can mentor your teammates, and also how that information is trickling down from the coaching staff. Talk about how the culture is starting to permeate throughout the community. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel like Coach Bagley, he's setting a really good image for us. So we do things we went on to a Air Force base. I forgot the name of it, but we went out there. We helped them with some rocks and stuff, and we had some team bonding, helping out the community, and I feel like it's making us better young men, and it's keeping us out of trouble and stuff. And
That's good. It's hard as a young man with high testosterone levels to stay out of trouble. But staying busy in the community and creating that culture, man, is huge. It's a true testament to who y'all are as players. So, speaking of players and the culture, who did you look? I asked Bryce earlier, who did he admire and look up to from the past? He said Grady Kelly. Is there someone that sticks out to you in Navarre lore that inspired you to be a better player?
I mean, my freshman year, the whole O-line was really big on me. And Drew King, he was one of like the less known offensive linemen on that team.
Yeah.
But he was a really good inspiration. Jackson Spalla too. Yeah, I mean they're really good players, and they taught me the culture, taught me everything. I mean, they're just a really big influence on me.
I like it, man. All right, so this is a question I've been wanting to ask you for a long time, man. So if you weren't a football player, what sport would you play?
Shoot. I don't even know. Maybe basketball. I mean, just because I'm a little tall.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I did a little bit in the summer. I did a little bit of competitive cheer with Zevin.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro,
And
I could see you being really good at
Yeah.
competitive cheer.
It was.
I don't know how Patrice would like that though.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty fun. I feel like I'm decent at it. This is my first time doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely like basketball, maybe try out lacrosse, or actually shot put. Shot put I was pretty good at, and
Little
yeah.
track and field.
yeah, I feel like shot put actually.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. Okay. So I asked Bryce this question to finish things off, and I'm going to ask you the same thing, man. I'm huge on your why and knowing why we do things, right? There's an acronym that I utilize for our young athletes, and also even when I was in the military, my troops, I would communicate with them about why they were here. You know, it's important to know that because in tough times, you're gonna feel fearful. You're gonna be scared. You might be afraid, and that's okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we feel like we're not good enough, or we might be alone. What in your heart? What hurt you in the past? What's happened to you? What family members do you think about that's inspiring you and motivating you, or even situations that make you want to maximize your abilities on the field and off the field? That way, you can carry on your family's legacy.
My why is for my mom because I mean I don't know I'm not good at expressing my feelings.
No,
out
you
to
are.
My family.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not as good as it should be.
Okay.
But it's my mom and her being a single parent, her getting me here, raising me to be a good person. I mean, she's done all she can for me.
Yeah.
And I'm still here. I'm alive. I'm not in jail. I'm on the right path.
Yep.
I feel like she's setting me up for good success.
Man, let's go. That's the perfect way to end the interview, man. Shout out to your mom, Patrice. Shout out to the Wheelers, the parents over there. Peyton, I'm super excited and proud for you, man. It seems just like yesterday, I met you. I think you were 12 years old. And I could tell at that moment, I was telling your mom, actually, how sharp you were as a young man and your energy. I love your energy, your effort, and your passion and enthusiasm, man. Very, very proud of the trajectory that you have and super excited about where you're going. Do you have any favorite colleges right now that you might want to attend in the future?
I mean, I got an offer from FIU.
Let's go.
I mean, that's definitely a big choice, and I'm talking to Troy right now. They're getting pretty heavily recruited, so
yeah.
I mean, those are my two right now. I mean, I gotta make a list. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still sending my film out to coaches.
I like it
a lot. Yes, sir.
So what's your top 5? I'm gonna finish with that. What's your top 5 colleges that you would like to attend?
I mean, I don't have it in order, but if I had to do my top 5 off of recruiting basis, FIU, Troy, USF. Trying to think. I don't know.
Hey, you ain't gotta be safe, man.
Yeah.
Give me 2 more. You got those Georgia in there, man. Come on now.
Shoot.
No pressure. Hey, that's my favorite school, bro. I gotta get you in there.
Shoot, maybe Georgia. What's it called? Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
I was talking to them, and there was another school I'm trying to think of.
Please don't say Bama.
Nah.
I'm messing with you.
I don't
Man.
really know.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good list, Peyton. Hey, well, we appreciate you, man, for spending quality time with us tonight. I know y'all are really, really busy right now. Studying for the ACT is what the rest of our young athletes need to be doing.
Yes, sir.
And also, man, great shouting out your mom. Super proud of her as well, man. The future is bright at Navarre. I know we're in good hands with you and Bryce Wheeler. So I want you to have a good night, man. Is there any last you want to say to the community before you get off here?
Make sure come out to the games. We'll support y'all. Y'all support us. That's all.
I love it. All right, man. Have a good night, champ. Appreciate you joining us.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right, y'all. Young Bill Hamill's about to get back on the broadcast with us. It was a pleasure having Bryce Wheeler and Peyton Robinson come, the leaders in the trenches. Welcome back, young Bill.
Most definitely is. Once again, I want to apologize if we got a spotty broadcast. We'll get that resolved before Friday night. And we'll bring you the Raiders on the road at Choctaw this Friday night. Always a battle when those two teams get together.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, Bill. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we're gonna take an early exit out of here. We've had some streaming issues tonight, but we got our interviews in, and it may be a little spotty, but I think they'll enjoy the interviews nonetheless.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming aboard once again, Marty Wilson, Seminole Bob over there. But we hope you enjoyed the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. And we'll be back on Friday night from Choctaw, 6:30. Put the pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. All games in Okaloosa County start at 7 p.m. So we'll be over there walking those 74 steps to the top of the stadium next to the press box.
We got this, Bill.
But at least my wife says, don't talk about stuff like they got facilities over there where we don't have to walk downstairs to use the facilities. So, but anyways. Well, hope you enjoyed the show. Irish Bill, Seminole Bob, and Marty Wilson, your host tonight. And have a great night, folks, and we'll see you on Friday night.
Have a blessed